It is great to have you back here at CoinSuri's channel. Which of these options do you prefer? Please people cast your vote in the community option. Option A XRP. Option B Ripple. Option C SEC. Now was the time. The Ethereum token has been approved to be classified as an exchange-traded fund. When the dust settles from the cryptocurrency conflict, the final word will belong to us. Bitcoin is visible right now. Its daily gain of less than 1% shows, in my view, that most of the advantages expected from the announcement and launch hullabaloo have already materialized. When trading starts tomorrow, how high will the actual demand be for these items? Would you happen to have it today? In my opinion, it will have a profound impact in the future, and a lot of people will put their money into Bitcoin ETFs. We will discover the true amount of action they receive tomorrow when trading starts. I am clueless about day one. On top of that, the many issuers will go to war with one another because only one of them can capture the lion's share of the market. This means there will be a flood of ads trying to get people to buy Bitcoin. To me, that sounds fantastic. Surprisingly, altcoins like Polka, which is one of my favorites, and Cardano, which were already up slightly over 10%, are actually seeing even larger gains today in reaction to the introduction of the Bitcoin ETF. Rose by a substantial 15.8%. Each coin is green and in good standing as you scroll down the list. A handful of them constituted over 10%. May all coins be saluted. If this keeps happening, I will remove it from the list. One more thing was accomplished by us. Now that we've gotten over our FOMO, the next stage is to see how things develop over the next 30 days. Can we say with certainty that demand is sustainable? Personally, I think that show will be really riveting. Feel free to review this storyline at your leisure. A lot of individuals, in my opinion, have misunderstood what I stated. After repurchasing 285 million shares, the company's value jumped to $11 billion, per the Ripple block. I don't think this is a hopeful announcement, I say it again. Some were attempting to paint this as an incredibly wonderful thing. For starters, not long ago, Ripple bought back Tetragon shares. The company was suing, in an effort to end the dispute. The firm had a market worth of $15 billion back then. As a result, the values are slightly lower. Quite inadequate. Upon further inspection, it becomes apparent that they have plans to spend up to $500 million, in addition to the $285 million stated in this article, on buybacks. My point is that I overheard someone say that they are an MBA student. This bodes well in my book since it shows they have enough of cash on hand to buy back their own stock. They have nothing to do with this well-established company. In a perfect scenario, they would build a liquidity center, offload their payment clients, increase the size of their deal corridors, and draw more users to their CBDC and tokenization platforms. They would be better served by putting that money to use instead of buying more shares. Given their reluctance to part with any more shares in the company, Coinbase's decision to go straight to market rather than via an intermediary makes perfect sense. If the company had taken advantage of the early investors' desire to cash out, it may have avoided issuing shares and instead taken advantage of the market liquidity. Going public isn't your only option, there are various ways to accomplish this. This is important to me since it may indicate that their LDL business isn't as established or lucrative as we'd like it to be. A direct listing could be a debt-free solution to this problem. And that is directly related to XRP. And utilizing XRP to pay for things. Personally, I think it's great. Based on my understanding, this indicates that it is connected to regulations in the US. I still don't buy it. I get the impression that their business isn't ready. It will take a little longer. You shouldn't freak out. I really believe XRP will be successful. Without a doubt, Ripple is a fantastic new venture. Having said that, I do think there is space for growth until the firm is ready for an IPO or direct listing. They need to compensate some of their early backers for the unacceptable delay. Happy they could pull it off with their resources. In the eyes of those investors, they are acting morally. I don't mean to come across as aggressive or pushy in any way. In light of your expertise in this area, it could be a setback of some type. First day expectations for Bitcoin ETFs. Uncertainty surrounds the future. Because bill encryption may be a time-consuming process, it took a decade to get certified after the initial attempt. I can see they are keen to get a lot of people through here and into this market. That is important to remember. But I remember my blockchain supporting friend, he cautioned us about the laser eyes. Their charming mascot, Franklin Templeton, is also there. Now that the Bitcoin ETF is operational, he has crystal clear vision. Has this reached its pinnacle of I don't know if we should try to talk to the man indirectly or not? But exercise caution, the laser eyes are activated. Of course. This is really interesting to me in light of Gensler's support for the Bitcoin ETF's acceptance by the SEC. And last but not least, our faithful sidekick Pierce. In my opinion, Gensler became a crypto broke after betraying the group, and the acceptance of its proposal was rejected by 2 of his co-workers. Additionally, I'd like to mention that the Bitcoin ETF was able to reach completion during his time in office, and the law finally acknowledged XRP as money instead of a security. Many other cryptocurrencies and crypto projects will be greatly affected by this decision, in my opinion. I think we will also learn a lot about what is and isn't a security offering from these continuous exchange examples. Since Congress is not going to adopt any new law, I also disagree with his approach. If he were to delegate power to me, I wouldn't mind being replaced. He would be replaced by me right away. Nonetheless, he has shown improvement, so we are moving forward. This regime is quite terrifying. Although it's tough to deal with all this nonsense, at least we're receiving answers. It's obvious that Jay Clayton was much worse than Gary Gensler, who paid little attention to the area at all. We are pursuing legal action in this matter, and in contrast to his methods, we are now gaining substantial responses to these questions. However, things are starting to look up. It feels like I've been begging them for forever, so I might as well just say it. Least GLMR. I'm having a great day with Moonbeam token, which is up 15% so far, and I'm thrilled they finally highlighted it because it's a great currency with long-term potential. It's hard to resist buying Cryptus every time you see its price rising significantly, so I wouldn't recommend doing so. Finally, you may know Oak, the Duck Man, if you've been around for a while. He vanished for some time, but he has returned recently. Follow Duckman Oak on Twitter if you wish to be abreast of his activities. Every single day, he posts videos here. I love his views on everything. Additionally, I would be overjoyed if he brings back his YouTube channel. It was just amazing. A long time ago. It was the best crypto channel overall. He would gladly engage in any conversation you desired. Everyone thinks they're exempt from the rules sometimes. He is open to discussing anything. When the stakes are high, he isn't hesitant to address contentious issues directly when he comes across interesting things or hears that Twitter is being spoken about. Even though I wish he would go back to YouTube, I'm relieved that we got him to tweet again. Therefore, I will give you a link to follow him below. Leave your opinions in the comments section. Any kind of subscription or like is greatly appreciated. Goodbye, see you later.